Good evening. I'm Nini Akhvlediani, Communications Executive of Georgian Museum of Fine Arts. First of all, I would like to thank you all for coming. As a host, I would like to thank you all for coming and to attending the conference at our space. Thanks to ICOM and thanks to NPR for collaboration. So now in Georgia we have difficult times and it's not easy for me to concentrate on our presentation. As you know, our museum is in the middle of the protest, so it's not easy for us to see thousands of people protesting, and so I don't know, it's very emotional for us. We could not sleep I think 6 or 7 days, and it's not easy for us. So our museum supports this fight for our integration to EU, which is in our constitution. So we defend only what's in our constitution. And thank you all for supporting us, Georgia, on the way to Europe. So, and the museum issued a statement about these political events regarding the situation, and we, the founders and the whole team, support this fight for our integration to EU. Now, let me start with our presentation. The topic of our presentation is from Soviet memory to Banksy, contemporary street icon. Let me introduce our museum at first. Georgian Museum of Fine Arts opened its door in 2018. It's the largest private collection of Soviet period art, I think, not only in Georgia, but in the region and maybe in the whole world. So the museum is a family-owned museum, and founders are Manana Shevardnadze and Giorgi Gaprindashvili, and this family collected all the artworks during 30 years after the 90s, when Georgia had difficult times after the civil war, and this was the period when Georgian artists really needed to be supported. And the main goal of collecting this collection was to gather all this artwork in one art institution and to be allowed to see for many people, for many generations, for tourists, for Georgian people as well. I don't know, maybe some of you already were inside and saw already our permanent collection, but if not, maybe you can do it later today or tomorrow. So welcome to our permanent collection. Our permanent collection is spread on 3 floors. We have more than 3,500 artworks created by more than 100 Georgian artists of last 80 years. So I could say this is uniquely large collection of Soviet period art, and it's very interesting because on all 3 floors there are different narratives and different images created there, I mean in political terms. So there you can see socialistic realism, the period of the Iron Curtain and the Cold War, the period of warming, the collapse of Soviet Union, the Civil War, and then independent Georgia. So each floor has its different narrative of how Georgian fine arts traditions were preserved during Soviet system and how they changed after. And now we are in the conference hall, so the museum has many beautiful spaces. One of them is this conference hall. We also have exhibitions, temporary exhibitions hall, museum cafe and museum shop, and we also have the museum invites you to the art house, which is important part of the museum. And now I would like to ask Marika, my colleague, to talk about art house.
So actually, hello. This is very historical place we are at the moment, because even from 19th century, he was beautiful Hotel Orient, which was transformed into painter's house, actually it was destroyed during the Civil War in 90s. And after 30 years, we are very glad to announce that Georgian Museum of Fine Arts repeats its history, and it is still home for artists. So, as for the art house, this is the extension of Georgian Museum of Fine Arts, which unites diverse, unique venues like Georgian fine dining restaurants, brasserie, buvette, modern European restaurant, new American bar, lounge, and of course conference and exhibition halls. So as for, this is our photos of our unique venues, and as for the exhibitions, you can go on.
So during 6 years, we hosted more than 25 exhibitions, temporary exhibitions, many public events, presentations of books, classic classic music concerts, and so on. But I would like to emphasize two most successful and most important exhibitions for us, which we hosted last year. One of them is Banksy, Birth of an Icon, curated by Steve Lazaridis, and the second one is, I think this is much more important in today's context, From Soviet Memory to April 9. So, why Banksy? In 2023, the museum was going to celebrate its 5 years anniversary, and we the whole team and the founders wanted to represent something very special, extraordinary, and blockbuster show, in one word to say. So, and our creative director, Irakli Jokhtaberidze, who is one of the owners of the museum, he offered us to bring Banksy's original works from London, because his business partner Edward Churchill, is the private collector which has an exclusive collection of him. So he was very happy to hear that, so he agreed, and we had only 2 or 3 months to manage all the stuff with the transportation, with the insurance, with the production of the show. But it was very challenging experience for the whole team. It was really, it was very interesting to work on this project. Although we had a very, we didn't have much time, only 2 months for preparing the epic show, which took place in Tbilisi in October 2023. So, the curator was Steve Lazaridis, the guy who was ex-photographer and business partner of Banksy. So they worked together for 12 years, and it was interesting to exhibit his photographs as well. So the exhibition, the show, had 2 parts, and it was a real journey into the Banksy's world. The first part was unique photographs of Steve Lazaridis depicting how Banksy worked in the streets of London or Bristol, and the second part was original works of Banksy. We had 12 original works of them from London, sculptures. Yes, you can see the photographs. We had sculptures, oil paintings. We also had graffiti, and we had even shutter from London Street. And this is how it looked like, Steve Lazaridis' photographs in the halls. And the curator and the team decided to involve Georgian street artists as well in this exhibition. And this wall was aimed to Georgian street artists, and 4 or 5 of them, they painted this wall exclusively for this exhibition. So this exhibition for us was not up to business. It was just for image, for PR, for raising the to raise the public awareness of the museum. And I think we didn't have even much time for PR and marketing strategy. We just had only one word, and it was Banksy. So we had sponsors, so we had partners, and it was very exciting and interesting time for us, for all of us. We had this exhibition during 4 months, and you can see here we had 45,000 visitors. So visitors amount was 45,000. And if you are interested, ticket price were 40 lari and 20 lari for pupils and students.
Which is €6.
Yes, I think it was normal price, not too much, not too high.
Okay, that's the one.
Okay, let's go. Now, this is the exhibition. I think this is the most important exhibition we ever held. It is from Soviet memory to April 9. This is the title of the exhibition. It was, I don't remember when what is
this April?
This year, yes. This exhibition was, we hosted this year. Yes, and I think you see this red exhibition hall was all in red, but in Soviet red, if you know what I mean. It was really Soviet red, and the main idea was anti-Soviet art vs. Lenin's face, so bust, the sculpture. This was authentic sculpture of Soviet period. So the show was dedicated to the tragic events of which took place on April 9, 1989, when an anti-Soviet demonstration was crushed by the Soviet army, resulting in 21 deaths and hundreds of injuries, and my family members were injured as well at that time. So this exhibition, From Soviet Memory to April 9, is a kind of a reflection on the critical and objective portrayal of Soviet system. This exposition is an attempt to re-evaluate history of Georgia of 20th century. So in this exhibition, there were 10 or maybe more Georgian artists from our collections, from Ketevan Maghalashvili to Tato Akhalkatsishvili, but the main thing was to show the face of Lenin, which was in the center of the exhibition hall, and it was very impressive. And this was Lenin was transformed in this case to a historic fragment. I think the main goal and the purpose of this exhibition was to raise the public's awareness of the Soviet past, and of course with a critical eye to once again reevaluate the seemingly forgotten 70 years, the traces of which can be still seen in Georgia. And today this exhibition is even more important when we have still to defend our European future in Georgia from Russian Empire. Thank you.